Giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom Newsleaders.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Kling with Mediacom Newsleaders. Joining us today is Charles Schneider, the Republican candidate for the Senate seat in District 22. Charles, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
We know the special election for this seat is coming up December 11th. It'll be here very soon now, but tell us about your decision to run for this Senate seat.
Well, this obviously isn't something that I had been planning or thinking about for a long period of time. It's a vacancy that only became open because of the unfortunate passing of Senator Pat Ward. I know her constituents really liked her, myself included. I know she was very well respected for her honesty and her integrity. My wife's family has had its own share of loss over the last couple of years. Two of her two oldest brothers recently passed away. One was only 44, the other was 42. And that taught me that life is short. You don't know how long you get on this earth, and when opportunities come along to make a contribution to something you're passionate about, something you believe in, you ought to take it. And I'm passionate about growing Iowa. I want Iowa to be a growth center for the Midwest. We've had a brain drain problem here for a long time, and one of the best ways to combat that is to create jobs, so that people who graduate from Iowa high schools or colleges have opportunities here, and so that we have job opportunities for people from outside the state to come here. So that passion is what drove me to run for the state Senate.
For people who aren't familiar with you personally, tell us about some of your qualifications and your background.
Well, I've been on the West Des Moines City Council now for 5 years. I'm currently the Mayor Pro Tem, and I've chaired the city's Finance and Administration Subcommittee for the last 5 years. I came to office in 2007, right before the recession hit. And when the recession hit, myself, along with our other council members and our mayor, drew a line in the sand and said we weren't going to raise the city's property tax levy. We didn't want to impose any more of a financial burden on our residents than they were already going through with the downturn in the economy. And we also kept a tight eye, a close eye on city spending. And because of our leadership through the crisis, West Des Moines is still in a very solid position. It's still growing, and we're poised for even more growth. That type of leadership experience, I believe, has prepared me well for the work I'd be doing in the Iowa Senate.
If you are elected, we know that Democrats hold control in the Senate at this point. Tell us about how you would work together and what you would hope to accomplish.
One of the nice things about being on City Council is that it's a nonpartisan position. So we're not worried about scoring political points. We're just worried about solving problems. That's the attitude that has driven me in my work on the City Council, and that's what I'm going to bring to the table to the Iowa Senate as well. I really don't care about scoring political points. Iowa has a lot of problems and a lot of challenges that we're facing, and what drives me is finding solutions to those problems, and that requires working together. And that's something that I'll do in the Senate.
Absolutely. We know one of the other issues that may top the list for lawmakers in the coming session is commercial property taxes, which in West Des Moines, there's a lot of obviously people that will be affected by this. Tell us about your thoughts on this and what you would hope to see accomplished there.
Well, what we need to do in Iowa, as I mentioned earlier, is create jobs. And a part of doing that is creating a competitive tax structure for businesses to want to locate here and for businesses to remain here. So I'll be focusing on that in my work on in the Iowa Senate as we move forward.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you, and if people would like to find out more about you or your position on some different issues, they can log on to schneiderforsenate.net. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
This hour's news leader has been Charles Schneider, the Republican candidate for the Senate seat in District 22. Join us next time on Mediacom Newsleaders.